Support for this episode of Tape Don't Lie is brought to you by Manscaped, the best in men's below-the-waist grooming. Manscaped offers precision-engineered tools for your family jewels. Manscaped just launched their 4th-generation trimmer, the Lawnmower 4.0. Join over 2 million men worldwide who have trusted Manscaped with this exclusive offer for you, 20% off and free worldwide shipping with the code TDL at manscaped.com. That's TDL at manscaped.com.
All right, man. So we got Henry Ruggs, right? Henry Ruggs had one of the biggest games of his career, 5 catches, 113 yards with 7 targets, right? And we saw the explosive plays from him, but we're gonna watch his development as a wide receiver. So we got sticks dragging right here, right? Usually a dragon, you get the quick flat route, but I want you to watch how Henry Ruggs run this. Watch the slow release, nice, right? Get the speed, 12 yards, right? Easy 12 yards, right? With the slow release. Because watch what the slow release does to Minka. Mick takes his eyes off him, right? Takes his eyes off him. Next thing you know, first down. Can't handle the speed. Can't cut him off, right? There you go. Nice. So, that's not traditionally how you run that route, though. But that slow release, what that did, it was that held Minka a little bit, gave him extra room. And then you can see this route here on the choice dig route, right? So you got the choice at the bottom, right? And you got the dig right here from Henry Ruggs. This is beautiful, right? Beautiful, beautiful. We're going to watch this back again, right? Here we go. I want you to check out this move right here. So right, he leans in, a little veteran push off, get that separation right there. You like that? See the growth, right? And then they get the extra yak too. You see him becoming a complete receiver, and then they gotta respect the speed, right? Right? You gotta respect the speed, right? This guy's scared. Look how scared he is. We watch this one. Look at this. This is what I'm saying. If he came to this side, this is some easy catch with some yak. He got a good route right here, right? Good. You see him. He stepped up right in front to get that, so he can turn really quick with that speed. And 43 is scared. He's scared. He was a little scared. But then you see, some of the growth that we got to see here. So they've got some missed timing. You see Carr try to anticipate that, right? But what you're going to see is Ruggs takes too many steps out of his break, right? And it messes up the timing of the route, because if he's out of his break quicker, he can catch that ball and get some yak, right? But since he takes too many steps at the top of his route, he's not able to, catch that football, right? It messes up the timing. And you see here with the press, right? With him, I think he's got to make people fear his speed. I think he's dancing too much for somebody who's too fast. I think he's got to push up field and, make people fear his speed, right? And I think that's something that he's got to grow with. But, the end of this play, I'm going to break this down in a second, but, let's just watch this first. It's just beautiful, right? It's just amazing. What a throw. Watch him track the football. It's wild. But, I want to watch you. This is a little bit of a savvy route running here from Henry Ruggs. So, right, the jab step, and then watch the arm over, right? Get the separation at the end of it, and then he can speed up and catch that football. That was more him separating than him actually being open on that play. And the trust for Derek Carr to trust him to get open there. There was a lot going on that. That was such an amazing play. And it was a lot. All right, so the run blocking, right? The run blocking is the most talked about thing. And the Raiders can't run the football right now. And it was just an ugly performance all around, right? It was just ugly performance. You'll see here, start off with the outside zone. Andre James just whiffs on Melvin Ingram. I don't know. It felt like he kind of ducked out of the way here. I mean, if he makes this block and gets up there and just gets a little bit of the way of Melvin Ingram, I think this could have been a 6 to 7 yard run, right? And then here outside zone, you got Cam Hayward just blowing it up, right? Cam Hayward just was destroying everybody. And we always talked about John Simpson's technique here, and leaving his chest open. And you can see it here, with his arms out, leaving that chest open. Cam Hayward just blows through him. You see Hayward just blowing through him all game. He blew up the whole run game, basically. And then you see here, inside zone, slice bluff. right? This is one of my favorite run plays. They score touchdowns off this all the time. They average almost 7 yards a carry off this run play last year, right? And you'll see here, Colton Miller, he's supposed to get up to 93, right? But Cam Hayward, he just blows this play up and just throws Colton Miller on the ground, right? Which just frees up 93, and Foster Moreau's not able to get to Cam Hayward. And this blows this play up, right? So Hayward was just destroying everything around, and you'll see how this play was supposed to be run. See Brandon Parker get up to 47, right? And then you'll see Foster Moreau, he's supposed to get the defensive end. Darren Waller holds that nickel corner, touchdown. It's just a beautiful play. Hayward blew that up, right? You'll see the lead zone here. Hayward, blowing it up again, but then you got Alec Ingold. I really feel like he went to the wrong hole here, right? Because you see where the hole is opening. This just fills up for 41 Spillane. He's able to fill that gap super easy, -3, right? I mean, I don't know what that miscommunication there was there as well. And then you'll see here on this inside zone, sometimes it was the running back, right? Kenyon Drake, he has to see that 40 is beating Brandon Parker. So he has to see that 40 is beating Brandon Parker there. And he has to make the right decision when reading inside zone. He doesn't see it, he gets blown up, right? So that's all vision problem. You get inside zone here again, right? And he just doesn't see the hole. I mean, he just has already made that decision. And that kind of comes with Kenyon Drake being more of a gap runner and not a zone runner. I mean, he's not able to read that all the time correctly. And then, you got Hayward just blowing most of the run game getting blown up was just Hayward just blowing up everything, right? You see him just abusing John Simpson, pushing him right into Parber, right? And then you'll see it one more time. He just blows past Simpson. So Hayward was just all over it, right? So he was just blowing up the whole run game. Because then you'll see here, when Hayward's missing, he's not in the game. 11 yards. Look at that. Get 11 yards. So, I mean, the run game was bad. Okay. So it was bad, but a lot of it was just Cam Hayward. I got to tell you the truth, guys. I mean, a lot of it was just Hayward just blowing everything to pieces. Okay. Because, when I first watched that inside zone splice play, I just thought Colton Miller wasn't able to get there. But then, watching it now, I mean, that was Hayward not letting him get there.
Right.
Knowing what's coming to it. That's obviously him knowing that play too, and knowing that he's supposed to get up to, because if he gets up to 93, man, and Foster Moreau can get to him, which I don't know if Foster Moreau even blocks him, but if he gets to him, even then, but Kenyon Drake can maybe get around to get something. But it was a mixture of both for the run game. The run game, when there was an opening, Drake is just not a zone guy. He's just a gap. He's got to hit a power. You got to do the long traps. You got to do the power O's. You got to, do the power plays, the pin pull sweeps with Drake. You can't just, expect him to kind of read things, he's not Josh Jacobs, and I mean, in my opinion, call up BJ Emmons, bro. I mean, if you got to run the football, I think call up BJ. I guess I'm his only fan, but I think BJ can do it. I think he can read the field like that. He would have saw 40. I think he's that kind of runner where he would have saw 40 and make some plays. So they can't give the run game, man. They got to give these other guys a chance. Especially if Jacobs is hurt. Drake is not doing it in the passing game. Drake is amazing. He is running those choice routes like crazy, and he's making a lot of yards, and he's great in the passing game, opening it up. That's why he's already got like 10 catches in a year. So he's opened it up in the pass game. He's great. Pass blocking, he's been working it out. So he is good there. Running the football is a little different right now in the system. I don't know how much he fits with the zone system. I think they got to bring up one of these young guys. They got to make a decision. It's not working. You try Barber. He didn't really do anything either. So I think they got to make a decision with just pure running the football. I think you got to try like Emmons. Maybe even try Reyes.
All right. Okay, so I'm going to talk about how the Raiders defended the Steelers' vertical passing game. Okay, So at the bottom of the screen, we got Casey Hayward. He's in a true zone, so he's reading 2-to-1 vertical that will run through his cover three, okay? And he stays on the upfield shoulder of the receiver. He's able to read the quarterback, and when he sees Ben Roethlisberger throw to that wheel route, he breaks on it, almost gets an interception. Great veteran, heady play from Casey Hayward. This is the kind of play that you get when you sign a veteran, okay? Raiders up 1 on Steelers vertical passing games. Now, the passing strength is at the bottom of the field where they were playing zone, but on the weak side, there's only one receiver. So Trayvon Mullen is going to play man-to-man. He's going to lock this up on the backside here, okay? And he's all right getting out of press, but what I love about this is he maintains a contact key so he can get his eyes on the quarterback now, flips his hips and runs under this errant ball, okay? Being able to stay sticky and then also read the quarterback leads to plays like this. Raiders up 2-0 in the vertical passing game. Okay, now they're playing cover 4. They're playing palms at the bottom of the screen. Casey Hayward has 2 if he goes out, but if 2 goes vertical or inside, he's got to lock this up. So he sees 2 go past linebacker depth. So he runs on Claypool's outside hip, breaks it up. Raiders up 3-0 in the vertical passing game. Now they're in cover 4. Okay. Pretty silly mistake. I think that maybe they could have fit that in if the pass rush didn't get there, but check this pass rush out. They're running a 10-piece stunt, okay? We're going to have the defensive end, Yannick Ngakoue, come inside, then the defensive tackle to that side do be a contained rusher, and then we're going to get a spike stunt from the defensive tackle on Max Crosby's side before he loops in, okay? 10-piece stunt and just clobbers this quarterback. Max Crosby does a great job getting his head out of there at the last second, okay? Makes the quarterback pay. You wanna be back there and throwing deep shots? Well, okay, hold this. All right, now the Raiders are in cover 5, okay? And this is an interesting play because they're playing cover 5, but the safeties are playing flat foot and they're trying to jump in breaking routes, okay? And Trayvon Mullen, he plays his back shoulder, and I think he must have thought he was gonna have safety help because he's playing back shoulder here. So it must have been some kind of communication. You usually don't play back shoulder if the safeties are going to be flat-footed. Now we're in cover 3. They go right back at Trayvon Mullen, trying to disrespect the young man, okay? But he's a veteran, and he knows what their game plan is now at this point, so he stays on the upfield shoulder this time. Love how he kind of, shortens his stride a little bit at the sticks before running under that. Raiders up 5-1 in the vertical passing game. Okay, we're in cover 4 this time. Trayvon Mullen, he has a good coverage rep here. That's what he did at TCU, cover 4. Okay, and the pass rush gets there this time. This is what happens. You want to sit back. You want to take all these shots. Pass rush is going to get to you. Look, they're trying to double everyone, including Max Crosby with this running back chipping him. Okay, and Solomon Thomas, look at him, stay urgent, stay fighting. Okay, body slams the quarterback into the turf, bounces Ben Roethlisberger off the grass. Okay, like a basketball. Okay, get out of here with this. Raiders up 6-1 in the vertical passing game. Okay, now we got cover 4. This time the backside safety, he has a trio alert, which means there's 3 receivers to the field, so he's going to poach 3 vertical, and that leaves Arnett solo man-to-man on the backside here. Okay, I think it was a good press rep. Okay, I think he could have contested that, but it was a miscue. Raiders up. Okay, now same thing, trio alert, man-to-man on the backside. I had to show you something good from Damon Arnett before I showed you this. First of all, that's like full extension arm, right? Okay, Damon Arnett's head is rocking backwards. Okay, one thing I will say is if Damon Arnett, instead of looking back here, he just tries to fight to stay in that position, I think he might have been able to be in a good spot to contest that. But gives it up. Okay, so they got 2 on the Raiders here. I'm going to finish it up on a high note. Trayvon Mullen, he gets an inside release corner. Does a great job maintaining that outside leverage, even though he's got that nasty inside release. Okay, disrupts the timing of this pass. So look, Raiders hold their own. Okay, 8-2 vertical passing games. That means the Steelers, it was a big part of the game plan. They only completed 2 out of 10 shots downfield. Okay, so the Raiders are holding their own. Okay, I think in years past we've seen them just crumble. Okay, give up 5, 6 deep shots a game against the better quarterbacks. That is not happening. Just some of the level of technique, like the jump that I'm seeing from Trayvon Mullen. Some savvy stuff from Casey Hayward. Casey Hayward is looking good too.
Yeah.
And these guys are going to make it real difficult. They're going to contest everything, okay, and just harass these guys. And even if you see like the ones that they were able to fit in,
Mhm.
one was a no call offensive pass interference, okay, for sure. All right. And then the other one, like Mullen, he was contesting that. Like that was a tough catch. So you got to tip your hat to Deontay Johnson. You could also say that he pushed off too, but at least his was a little bit more subtle, right?
Yeah.
But you got to tip your hat to Deontay Johnson.
That was a great throw too. That was a great
Great throw, great catch. Trayvon
Yeah.
Mullen was all over it, and made it a really difficult catch. So even the ones that they're giving up are these are tough to do. Like it's a small completion percentage that you're going to get this.
Yeah.
Right. And so they're defending and against the Ravens too, except for their linebackers, they were doing a good job in coverage. They weren't getting targeted nearly as much, so I knew that this was going to be especially a big game for the outside guys, and I think they stepped up.